I've been here ever since I was brought here as a young'un. Don't know no other place, don't know no other time. I was always in the right now. I ain't got no past, I ain't got no future. I works hard, I works long, and I works all the time. And that's all I got to look forward to. I ain't got no birthday. Ain't nobody never told me how old I is when I was born. Now, when I was a young'un, we just went right to work. Nowadays, children don't go to work till they get around 12-year-old, so we kind of keep up with that. But when I was a young'un, ain't nobody never wanted to talk about that. So I ain't got no birthday. I don't know how old I is. I knows that I works hard and I works all day long. Now, we works for overseer here. General got 5 farms, so he got 5 overseers. One of them, Muddy Old Joe, he a slave. Each overseer got about 7 gangs they're gonna watch. Now, he ain't gonna watch me that much, because I'm Slammin Joe. And he knows I slams that work out. So he watching me a little bit. Then he says, well, I ain't got to watch Joe but so much, because he slams that work out. So he goes look at somebody else. That farm manager going to report to the general. And sometimes the general gone. We don't know where he be gone. He won't be telling me. But when the general gone, the farm manager run it. And the overseer report to the farm manager, and the farm manager report to the general. We works all the time. We do exactly what they want us to do. We is property. We can be sold, we can be kept, we can be freed. Now, if the general want to free his slaves, and Mrs. Washington don't want to free her slaves, because I was a Dow slave, and Silla's a Washington slave, that gonna split up my family. What that gonna mean is some of us gonna be free and some of us ain't. Now what gotta happen now is I've got to tell Silla that she's got to take my children and gone on away from here. And much as I love my children, I don't want them to grow up being no slaves, so I've got to say goodbye to them. Now, maybe I can get along being a house slave, but some folks think that house slaves and field hands is different, and that house slaves got it better than the field hands, but that ain't true. Of course, the house slaves is there with the general all the time, and we works from sun up to sundown. Now sundown, we goes back to the quarters. And sometime on the weekends, I comes here to be with my family. But you can't shut down that house. Miss Washington want that stuff done, want them beds made, and wants them chamber pots changed. So what's got to happen is they got to work sun up to sundown. Then they got to work after sundown sometimes. So they works hard. We get certain rations from the general. We get something like 6 to 8 ounces of salted fish a day, and we get to quarter corn meal. Now we can have our own gardens. I got a little garden right outside here, and we can grow little vegetables and things like that. We can keep ducks and chickens and things, and we can the rations that we get from the general we can put with what we grow, and we do all right. Sometimes the general even buys stuff that we have, because he have a lot of folk come up to that house. And he'll come down there and say, Joe, I need some of them cabbages you got over there. And he won't just take them. He'll give me some money. I send Silla to the market on Sunday morning down there in Alexander City. And we can have our market early in the morning for the white folks had their market. And we buy stuff. And we buy little dresses and ribbons for the children. And we get that done. And sometimes our life can be pretty much a life that we can live. And sometimes it bear down on you so hard you don't know what you're going to do. But that's the way it is. And that's where our life is.